So
at last, crackers that can rap and back your bitch at the bar, fucking bastards. Sex. All we want is sex. All we need is sex. All we do is every night, all the time is sex. All we want is sex. All we need is sex.
I ain't got time for the chit chat. I wanna eat the chocolate pussy like a Kit Kat.
I know that you want me, mommy. Slap your face with a soft salami.
I'm sorry, my dick tastes bad. I just butt fucked the tranny in the ass. My dick's on Craigslist. For breakfast, it'll scramble your Benedict.
Better get it quick, cause I leave in the morning. Porn flick pics, stick your bitch on the toilet.
Oh snap, I crackled and popped the cherry like Billy Bob did to Halle Berry. Monster balls, Taj Mahal, family jewels under the lobster claw.
All y'all hoes gonna suck our dicks when they hear that new dyslexic shit.
Sex. All we want is sex. All we need is sex. All we do is every night. Time is. All we want is sex. You know the deal.
No need to explain.
MCs wanna test I destroy careers. MCs destroy MCs. Wanna test
I see you want some gun stuff, yeah, I'm on some too. We'll paintball your crew, now your blue man group. Knees get numb when I throw sharp frisbees. Toe to toe, I bet you freeze up like Walt Disney. You decline my offer, so I crippled your posture. Keep talking, I turn this into Lexington and Concord. Let the musket burst, your chick gotta get face fucked first. Ape doesn't work hard. For Wu-Tang, cause it finds me, I like that shit. Hit it quick like Liu Kang with a bicycle kick. You see, I got a clique that breeds gentlemen of character. A coalition of champions bringing terror. I walk up with half a 30 rack and chuck them at you chumps. 15 shots, take out 30 punks, two at once. We're here to chew chumps like never before. Ape shit and I'm repping the jaw.
Yo, with bad habits, the rap addicts, trap jaw affiliated with the dead rabbits. Rip through your fabric, yeah, scar your soul. I double dare you to run through my obstacles. Rock your soul, hard stop and drop you cold. Drop you foes for clinging to the cock and balls. I mock you all cause y'all spit ass for cash. Guns blast, leave you with a permanent tag. Shit. You ain't got balls to fight, go in and kiss my nights, and we'll call it a night. Bro with the knives, bricks, bats, sticks, gats, and bare fists. Tear out your follicles and tell you to hear this. Fuck if it failed this, I'm numb from the whiskey, tipsy with roller, bourgeois and sifty. Motherfuckers recognize real ain't always real, so we trust the instincts and move on when we fail.
Catch me in the rotten apple, that's a 5150. Join my fucking cult if you wanna roll with me. Headbutts more powerful than two colliding Aries. See us on pay-per-view in Survivor Series with 3 belts in 3 different districts. Chant the words of NA, the words of a mystic, sadistic with every punchline that's pile driven. Eat with my claws and I can see the non-living. Fuck up your head until I leave big dents, cause I've seen more dead than that cat in the 6th sense. You click stents, talking zero intellect. You wanna pull cards, but I can pull the whole deck in a sec. Total wreck is like car collisions. Novel rock will take you out of that foreign position, like that of a sniper. My impact is hyper. Yo, fuck it, I'll rip the track and leave your bitch in diapers.
The math, y'all, we versatile, they like a needle skipping. I'll be the rhythmic seed that's different, beats are wicked, even if it's cheap equipment. Drop a dime to stop a crime and we will twist it. Music keep us blazed up like we was in it. And cats like me, old school like Spy Hunter. Get up in the beat, you just jump on it like a dry humper. Rhyme runner, I'm from a parallel world, so I climb under. Shock while you couldn't slice butter. But paranoid, door locker, blind shutter. I'm such a high knucker, mind's clutter, kind pumper. Grabbing my penis to make a Catholic yell out. Me and beat you stick together like cleavage kin into Venus. And I'ma slam heaviest car doors to drop cats and see if they land on all fours. Grab what's in their plastic bag, pack a Philly, pass it back. If rappers act homo, I'ma slap them back to maximum.
Shook now, you asked for the confrontation, I'm bringing it. Don't make it seem like I came out here for nothing. Dare pull your skirt up, it's time to scuffle. Knuckle up, I'll crush you. Watch your bitch ass buckle from the 1-2. You heard of one dude, but you don't know him. So you came unprepared, cause that villain's wrath. Every shell's muckle, nothing can touch the sickness. This out Bronx bomber, slash Ebola. Get a cure, I'll come back stronger. Villain, I'm warning ya. Everyone will go like Lennon. Dirty and denim, blow a hole through your face like Versace, no kidding. Good riddance, the bad rubbish, you niggas slummage. All the war hurts, kicking bum words, enough said, enough heard. You wanna battle, put up the dough. We'll go 16 or more for the dough and ghetto flow. You know how I do. Octagon rules when I rap, kid. Can Shamrock of this rap shit. Body blows, they crack ribs, so what's the verdict? Act nervous and get murdered. All beef slate stuffed with ketchup, you fucking burgers. You niggas heard it. From the prophecy of Nostradamus, I bring the pain when I rain. Yo, Logic. MCs, you know the deal.
No need to explain.
MCs wanna test, I destroy careers. MCs, I destroy MCs.
You know the deal. Know the deal.
I destroy careers. I destroy MCs.
Everybody, go right now watch Matt Connarton Unleashed on www.ipmnation.com. Thank you. That was the Slicko Radio Show. Again, go listen to Matt Connarton right now.
IPMNation.com.
I'm serious. Look at me. If you give that $100 million to Obama instead of Romney, I will, well, I won't have sex with you because we're not married and I'm a nice girl, but I will scissor you wearing a bikini bottom through to fruition. That means until you... Do you know how many Republican billionaires are giving money to Romney? All of them. How many of them are getting scissored by a bikini-bottomed Jewess with big naturals? How many, Sheldon? You'll be the only elderly billionaire on the block to have traditional lesbian sex through to climax with a girl who had her own show on Comedy Central. I mean, talk about bragging rights. That's... Put your legs, like, perpendicular to my legs. Go to scissorsheldon.com to help cut Mitt Romney free from his sugar daddy. And then you're ready to scissor.
It makes her a slut, right? Makes her a prostitute. She wants to be paid to have sex.
Why I'm easy. I'm easy like some.
We'll do it live. Okay. We'll do it live. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
It's almost like an Etch-a-Sketch. You can kind of shake it up and we start all over again.
Auto sequence starts.
Matt Connarton Unleashed. Matt Connarton Unleashed. Matt Connarton Unleashed. Matt Connarton Unleashed.
What's in those Mitt Romney taxes that could be so damaging? We've been talking for a while now about at this point Mitt Romney is not just being stubborn by not releasing his tax returns. He clearly has calculated that whatever is in there would be more damaging than the negative effect of not releasing them. I think we've all agreed on that.
Yes.
I am going to propose something which I've been thinking about for a while, and over the weekend, Steve Baldwin, who's the former Republican whip of the California State Assembly, also is saying, here's the theory. What would show up in Mitt Romney's tax returns, bear with me here, that would be so damaging, way more damaging than finding out that he didn't really pay that much in income taxes. Stericycle. Stericycle is the medical waste disposal company that Mitt Romney, through Bain Capital, invested a lot of money in, that in part makes money from the disposal of aborted fetuses. Now, at some point we know that Mitt Romney's name was on those documents. So one of two things may be in Mitt Romney's tax returns. If he got rid of those shares, if he got rid of that interest in Stericycle, that would show up on the tax returns as a huge amount of money because of all the shares that he owned. Other alternative is he's still an owner in those shares, and he's making a lot of money off of the ownership of Stericycle.
Boy, these conservatives are really something, aren't they? They're all in favor of the unborn. They will do anything for the unborn. But once you're born, you're on your own. Pro-life conservatives are obsessed with the fetus from conception to 9 months. After that, they don't want to know about you. They don't want to hear from you. No, nothing. No neonatal care, no daycare, no Head Start, no school lunch, no food stamps, no welfare, no nothing. If you're pre-born, you're fine. If you're preschool, you're fucked. You're fucked. Conservatives don't give a shit about you until you reach military age. Then they think you are just fine, just what they've been looking for. Conservatives want live babies so they can raise them to be dead soldiers. Pro-life. Pro-life. These people aren't pro-life, they're killing doctors. What kind of pro-life is that? What, they'll do anything they can to save a fetus, but if it grows up to be a doctor, they just might have to kill it? They're not pro-life. You know what they are? They're anti-woman. Simple as it gets. Anti-woman. They don't like it. They don't like women.
You see, we believe, well, let me put it like this. There are Jews in the world, there are Buddhists, there are Hindus and Mormons, and then there are those that follow Mohammed, but I've never been one of them. I'm a Roman Catholic and have been since before I was born. And the one thing they say about Catholics is they'll take you as soon as you're warm. You don't have to be a 6-footer. You don't have to have a great brain. You don't have to have any clothes on. You're a Catholic the moment Dad came. Because every sperm is sacred. Every sperm is great. If a sperm is wasted, God gets quite irate.
Every sperm is sacred. Every sperm is great. If the sperm is wasted, God gets quite irate. Let the heathen spill theirs on the dusty ground. God shall make them pay for each sperm that can't be found. Every sperm is wanted. Every sperm is good. Every sperm is needed in your neighborhood.
Hindu, Taoist, Mormon, spill theirs just anywhere. But God loves those who treat their semen with more care.
Every sperm is sacred. Every sperm is great.
If a sperm is wasted, God gets quite irate.
Every sperm is sacred.
Every sperm is good. Every sperm is needed
In your neighborhood.
Every sperm is useful. Every sperm is fine.
God needs everybody's.
Mine.
And mine.
And mine.
Let a pagan steal theirs on mountain, hill and plain.
God shall strike them down for each sperm that's built in vain.
Every sperm is sacred. Every sperm is good. Every sperm is needed in your neighborhood. Every sperm is sacred.
Yeah, so listen, dude, all I know is, and I don't know from personal experience, but what I've read is once the gerbil is in there, you don't want to, like, you know, panic and start squirming around and whatnot, because then the gerbil's going to panic more than it already is. And, you know, next thing you know, sexy fun time turns into a trip to the emergency room. You know what I'm saying? But, oh, shit. Oh, I'm on the air. I didn't realize I was on the air already. Oh, damn. All right. All right, Alderman Levasseur. Listen, I'll call you back. I'll call you tomorrow. We can talk about this more. All right, thanks. Oh, that's embarrassing. Hey, everybody. Sorry about that. Welcome to Matt Connarton Unleashed, the live edition for Saturday, September 8th, 2012. Hey, we finally did it. Finally cleared up the technical glitches, and Slicko, the Ghetto Slicko radio show was on from 10 to 11, and at 10:55, the pre-Matt Connarton show, and, you know, sort of the pre-com for the, my show, the, never mind. Anyway, Slicko wants us to call him, so let's give Slicko a quick call, see what's on his mind this evening, and, I enjoyed what I heard of his show. I didn't get to listen to it too carefully because, whoa, that's funny. Sorry, I'm trying to call him and talk at the same time. I can't seem to chew gum and talk or chew gum and walk at the same time, or whatever the hell the expression is. I can't say the expression and dial a phone at the same time. I'm just not a good multitasker. I can rub my stomach and pat my head. I only know that because I tried it the other day. Calling Slicko right now. We'll get Slicko on the line. Slicko of Team Happiness and the Ghetto Slicko radio show down in Florida.
What's going on?
What's going on, Slicko? Welcome to Matt Connarton Unleashed.
You know, a little more technical difficulties this week, bud.
Yeah, but you know what? You got it figured out. The second half of the show sounded great.
Good. Did it sound good? Because literally, what I'm doing down here is crazy. I'm running everything through a TV and then recording it on a microphone.
Really?
A $20 Radio Shack mic.
No kidding. I couldn't tell. It sounded really good on this end. You know, when I first logged on, there was no volume, and then I let you know. But then at about 10:30, you know, it came on, and it sounded really good, dude.
Well, what we're going to do next Saturday is I'm going to call DJ D back, because I called him tonight, but I don't think anybody heard it.
Yeah.
I'm going to call him back, and I'm going to call Coincidence J. Mecca, who I spoke with last week, that I don't think anybody heard them either. So we're going to do a wrap-up show next Saturday.
Yeah, like a do-over.
Technical difficulties or something.
Yeah. Well, these things happen in live radio.
Word, but then I started getting on the jam, and I did a couple live mixes, which was pretty dope, because I'm actually, anything you heard pretty much was just an acapella on a beat that I was just doing, so.
Yeah.
It was my first time really DJing live, too, so that was kind of cool. But what I want to talk about is I'm coming to New Hampshire for one day.
Really?
Yeah, I got summons to court.
Oh.
I'm a witness, so it's all right.
Oh, so you're not the defendant.
Well, no, but I'm like going to testify for him, though. It's kind of fucked up.
You're
I
testifying.
left the brick house December of 2010. I left the brick house at like past what time you're supposed to leave the brick house. Blacked out.
Well, 1 a.m. is last when they stop serving.
Yeah, I left at about 2:30.
Okay.
Shitty. We get back to his house. He's, I don't know, his neighbor's screaming at us for no reason. I'm like, dude, I can't even take this. He's screaming at his neighbor back. I'm like, dude, I can't. Just come upstairs. I had to piss so bad.
Yeah.
So I'm pissing, and then I come out of the bathroom, and these cops are tackling this kid on the ground.
Yeah.
So now I'm shitting a brick. I got warrants. I know I got warrants. I already served that time last year.
Wait, did you say you're on?
Last year I got up.
Did you say you got worms?
Warrants.
Oh, warrants. I thought you said you got worms. I was like, what were you doing there?
Oh, yeah, no. I think I'm worm-free.
Okay, good for you. It's good to be worm-free.
My girl just got tested. I think we're clear on worms, too, so.
Good. That's good to hear.
That's how I do it anyways.
Yeah.
So needless to say, they picked up 4 felonies out of this kid that night, and, he's looking at like 10 years.
For what?
Like pot. He's growing some pot and had a bunch of pot, and then he's growing mushrooms and had some mushrooms. Shit like that.
They gotta legalize it all. Do you know that 1 in 6 people in this country are in prison for drug offenses?
1 out of 6, really?
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Damn.
It's crazy.
Yo, I can't believe, like, cocaine is a felony. Like, you get, like, 7 years for having, like, gram of coke. I'm not, like, saying go up and smoke coke, everybody. I'm just saying, like, damn.
And you know what, too? In states where they have 3 strikes laws, like I think that's what they have in California, say you get pinched a couple times for armed robbery or something, and then you get out. The third time, if you even get caught with a little bit of pot on you, and it exceeds the legal limit, you're because of the 3 strikes law, you're going to prison for life.
Holy fuck, really?
Yeah, it's terrible.
Maybe California is not a good place to move.
Yeah, I don't know. I might be wrong about California, but I think that's one of the states where they have the 3 strikes law.
Yeah, that's not. Well, I mean, I'm not going to be breaking and entering anytime soon, I mean, I'll probably get met card if I go out there. I'm sure of it. I got a broken collarbone. I got excuses up the ass why I get a med card, I'm sure.
Wait, what did you say? You have a broken collarbone?
Yeah, I have a broken collarbone. That shit's like, when I was 15, I was trying to, like, backflip my mom's car and shit. It's pretty crazy. Like, I had a steep-ass driveway, so we had this car at the end of the driveway that was going to be, like, towed.
Yeah?
Like, they were just going to junk it, so I, like, decided to put plywood and, like, take a nail gun and nail plywood to the fucking fenders. Started doing some tricks, and, I did a Superman. That bike just went fucking flying. I dropped, like, 20 feet on my collarbone.
Wow.
Yeah, that shit's fucking broken for life. It's like a huge bubble. It looks like shit.
No kidding.
Yeah, so I'm sure I can get that guard for that.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked.
It could be worse. At least you didn't light your head on fire.
Oh yeah, but I did that too.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
That was a couple years later.
But that was intentional.
About 3, to be exact. Yeah, it was right after I broke my collarbone. I started going ape shit, beating myself up for a couple of years. It was kind of fucked up.
Really? Yeah.
But so yeah, I gotta either way. So here's the problem on that.
Yes.
Here's the problem.
Yes.
Because I had these warrants. I said that I was Eric Corson.
I remember you talking about this. Yes. Eric Corson, of course, EFC, your former partner in Team Happiness, right? He's no longer involved, correct?
I mean, he's like in the Hall of Fame of Team Happiness, I guess.
Yeah.
So, but
and quite
he's
the
really
beard.
pissed, like, about that whole thing. Because I didn't think it was going to be, like, as big of a deal as it was.
So let's just back up a little bit for people who are hearing this for the first time. We did talk about it, I think, on the radio before. But so there was a situation that came up, correct, where you, when questioned by the police, instead of giving your name,
let's not give an exact situation, because I mean, like, I could totally get fucked for this, like, in a week.
Yes.
But I don't think I will, because here's what's happening. Let me do a little backstory on it. So, because I was there, forget my name or whatever, because I was there, I have to, like, go testify now.
Yeah.
So his lawyer, we'll call him Johnny Knoxville.
Yes.
Johnny Knoxville's lawyer's paying me to go there. Not paying me like cash, but like they're flying me from New Hampshire to go to this fucking court hearing. So I don't think the name situation is going to come up into play, because if that does, then I'm just going to be a horrible witness, and they're just going to waste all this money taking me all the way there just to put me in jail. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot of money to just waste. So I'm pretty sure I'm legit. But yes, once questioned by the police, I did use EFC's name, his legit like government name, and his government birthday.
Yeah.
To walk out of the situation so I didn't go to jail, knock on wood, I went to jail like 6 months later. So it was kind of a big waste.
Yeah.
But needless to say, I don't know who I'm going to be. I might have to be like a ZZ Top beard or something. But either way, I'm gonna go testify as somebody next Monday, and so hopefully it's just a motion hearing too. It's not even like a huge court hearing. It's just like because these cops really didn't have the leeway to come in the house, and they like forced their way in. It's Rochester, man. They suck. They've already got dropped too, but then they re-indicted them.
Really?
Yeah, this has been going on forever. Like I said, 2010.
Huh.
In December. It was right after the Necro show.
Yeah.
When we did the Necro show, like we did the second one in December. It was like the Brick House show after that, the Necro show. It was the next month or something like that. I don't even know. Maybe it was in January of 2011. Either way, it was like no, it's coming up on 2 years. It had to have been 2010.
Oh, okay.
But either way, it's ridiculous that this is still going on. And like he could do 10 years for all this shit. It's fucking ridiculous.
What did he have? He had cocaine?
In a straw. Like just supposedly. But that wasn't even his. And neither was the plant. And the mushrooms that were growing.
But
and the pot.
Was all this in his place of residence?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
With like an arsenal.
Oh, really?
Bulletproof vest. Like
really?
500 pounds of ammunition. They took my laptop with all the beats on it. They took my hat that I had a hat that said DEA on it.
Yeah.
And my mom legit gave it to me for like Christmas or something like that.
Right.
And I wore it for like 3 days, and then they took it.
They apparently didn't appreciate the irony.
What was that?
I said they apparently didn't appreciate the irony.
Yeah, they did not like that at all.
Yeah.
They're like, we're taking that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, they actually put a lot of stuff. I'm surprised they left my Mac. They would have taken my Mac if they were smart enough, but they weren't smart enough.
Why did they take? Why'd they take your computer?
I don't know. Like they took 2 computers, and one of them we got back.
Yeah.
For like a lot of bullshit, and we didn't really push for the other laptop.
Yeah.
Because it did, like, the screen didn't even work and shit. I don't know. They just, like, take whatever they fucking want. They ransacked this kid's house. Like, they had a van full of shit they took out of this dude's house. Bullshit. And they're gonna have to give it all back. That's the funny part. A lot of my money, too.
What's that?
We just left the brick house.
Right.
And I had all the Necro money. Like, I don't carry money. I'm a little fucking guy.
Yeah.
Like, my security holds my money. This guy wears a bulletproof vest in case someone's shooting at me. This guy's going to take a bullet for me.
Right.
Therefore, he's going to hold the money. And so I had all the Necro money, plus I had the brick house money. I was like $1,600
Yeah.
on my cash that these cops just fucking took. But, money and guns and drugs don't really mix and shit. But, needless to say, it just looked shady. It was a fucking bad situation. And hopefully it just is going to be over with one day.
Right.
And hopefully I don't get locked up for like 2 years on a felony charge for using Air Corson's name. Because what is that going to prove? Like, I'm doing good now. Like, I got a job.
Yeah.
Smoke weed, but like, whatever. Obviously they know that. 3 fucking possession of marijuana charges. State of New Hampshire, they know I smoke dope.
Right.
But,
yeah.
There's no getting around it. Sure. And I figured out now, I can get 3 of those charges and do 30 days in fucking county. It's all misdemeanors. I'd get those for the rest of my life.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's gravy. Like, yeah, I'll get 3, never go to court, do 30 days, be out. Awesome.
Right.
It'd be fine to go to jail in New Hampshire if you just brought cash with you. You'll be fine. Perfectly fine. But it is what it is. Like, that 30 days in there, tit shit. Wrote a fucking album while I was in there. Never even released it. I forgot about that. I have a whole album that I wrote in jail that I never even released.
Why? Why didn't you do anything with it?
Because I forgot about it, now that I think about it.
Really?
Yeah, I just remembered now. It's just sitting on the Mac. Well, here's the best part about this whole trip, though, is now I can bring the Mac back with me. Because I don't have my Mac right now. I'm using my girl's laptop.
Oh, so you're going to get that back?
Yeah, I thought it's just chilling at my dad's house.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Mac itself is just showing my dad's. My other laptop is in fucking, I don't know, Rochester PD or somewhere.
Right.
Some lock storage somewhere, fucking ruining the shit out of my computer.
Yeah.
The bottom of it's probably ripped the fuck off by now. It was like hanging.
Yeah, you probably never get that back.
Cops are ruthless. They don't give a fuck.
No.
But, alright, man, it's been a long night. I'm gonna crash. But, next week, I think we're gonna be good to go. Like, I figured out how that I can record now, too. Where does that recording go, though?
It just goes on to Ustream.
Can I download it or some way?
You can download it, yes. If you go into your Ustream account and you click videos, you'll be able to actually download it. And what I usually do too is with everyone who has shows on IPM who uses Ustream, I go and I actually record. I have to record it in real time, but I record it and on my end and then make a podcast of it. So if people want to download it, stream it without going to Ustream, they can do that right on IPMNation.com, and I'll add it to your Team Happiness channel on IPM.
Word, that would be awesome.
Oh yeah.
And there's one other thing too that I just thought of last minute. Oh, yo, Matt, I don't even remember. It's been so long what episode of Available Ejaculation that I was wasted on the phone with you guys. That one is going to be a classic. I need that. It's just my segment.
Yeah.
We gotta find that. I know I just don't want it to get buried, so I'm going to keep reminding you about it.
Yeah, definitely keep reminding me, and we will find that and get it up.
Like, I've been around looking, and like jumps from like 77 to like 80 maybe, and like I think it might be like 79.
Yeah, we kind of.
I don't really know. I've been bouncing around trying to find it.
Yeah,
I went in the one that I just called you, that drunk kid, Max, because I'm sure that was a good show too.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we're still going back, and we fell behind a little bit on the archives, but they're all there. We'll get them back up, and I'll let you know.
Cool. That's good shit, man.
Yeah.
I talked with DJD. I played his track. Nobody heard it again, I'm pretty sure. But maybe I'll have DJD call you next week.
That'd be great. I'd love to talk to him. You know, that track, Call Me Crazy, is in the IPMNation.com top 10 right now.
It is. I told him that tonight, just bullshitting him.
No, it really is.
Nice.
Yeah.
What is it? Do you know offhand?
I think it's number 5.
Holy shit. I think I told him like 3. 5's not bad, though. Nice.
No.
That's a great... I'm telling you, he's got to make a video for it. It'd go viral, I think.
Oh, I think so, too. It's really good. It's really well done.
And my buddy recorded that, too. Shout out to Phase 3. Fucking, Duke of Phase 3 recorded that at Camp David. Right in Epping, New Hampshire. Middle of nowhere.
Where is DJ D from?
He's from Mass, like Bellrica, I think.
Okay.
But he's at the Honey Pot right now. Yo, you want to talk about, real quick, let's talk about DMX. Do you hear about this DMX shit going down in New Hampshire?
No. I know he's got a new disc coming out.
Alright, well, I'm glad that you know hip-hop too, Matt. DMX was supposed to do a show the same night of the Acrobatic show that I had going.
Yeah.
And, we were promoting that shit for like 3 months. And then, like, a month before the show, they're like, oh, DMX is playing the same night the Honey Pot for like $40 cover. Like, I don't know if you've ever been to a Honey Pot, but this shit is a trailer. It's like, it's legit. It's like one of those, like, old coffee fucking, I don't know. It's a fucking trailer.
Yeah.
It's big. It probably fits 200-300 people, but, it's just a slum bar. I hate the fucking place. $40 cover to go listen to, like, it's bad sound in there, man. Like, the brick destroys what they have at the Honey Pot.
Oh, the brick house has a great...
Speakers, it's just set up like shit.
Really?
So the night before, 2 days before the show, DMX supposedly was in like a four-wheeling accident or some shit.
Yeah.
Couldn't make the show. Rescheduled for sometime in August. couldn't make the show. Rescheduled for tonight. DMX is supposed to be playing tonight in New Hampshire. Canceled all of his New England tours. The whole tour.
Wow.
All the dates in New England. So man, that show right from the beginning had bad news written all over it.
Well, DMX is kind of a flake. I mean, he's not known for being a reliable dude, you know. He kind of flaked out a few years ago, and I don't think ever really recovered.
Yo, yeah, dude probably still smokes crack, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, people that smoke crack are kind of crazy, and people that used to smoke crack are still crazy.
I remember him getting tagged for trying to sneak a gun onto a plane, and, you know, which has happened to a bunch of musicians for some reason.
Yeah, like, I remember fucking Lil Wayne, like, wouldn't do Summer Jam or, like, some big-ass show because he's like, I'm not going through security. I'm not getting patted down.
Yeah.
And, like, all because he had a gun on him, and he didn't want the gun taken away. He wants to make sure he had a gun. Just in case something goes down. Well,
Yep.
dude, you need to calm the fuck down.
Yeah.
Alright? There's 10,000 dudes that are going to take a bullet for you, first off. Second off, you're not that fucking cool that you can't get, like, what, are you going to get on a plane and not get searched? Like, you think you're going to be like, there's first class and then there's fucking Wheezy fucking pass? You can just fucking do your thing, bring fucking elves on the plane, fucking pound the weed and fucking some Hennessy? Like, give me a break. People are ridiculous.
Yeah, it's weird. It's not just hip hop artists either. Like Eddie Van Halen once got pinched trying to bring a gun onto a plane, and Peter Criss.
Damn, really?
Oh yeah. It's just something musicians do. It's weird.
That was never a thing back in the day. Like Biggie and Tupac, that whole thing. You didn't see Biggie sneaking guns on a plane. You just buy a gun wherever the fuck he was. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's just fucked up. People are crazy nowadays.
Yeah.
But just DMX in general is like canceling out. Like, it's New Hampshire, and like, it's got a great music scene. It's really crazy, like the music scene in New Hampshire, because a lot of people don't even know where New Hampshire is. Period.
Right.
They ask you if that's like near Massachusetts. In Massachusetts, like, it's a fucking state, people. But for the music scene that comes out of it, it's great. And like, I wrote Necro there, Stag comes there.
Yeah.
You know, there's been huge acts that have, you know, come to Manchester area. Like, a couple have come to Dover. King Mag came to Dover. But to get these huge acts all the time, it's not going to happen.
Right.
Eminem. When was the last time Eminem played in New Hampshire? I think he's banned from New Hampshire.
Yeah, I remember Eminem. He did Meadowbrook. But that was back in like 2000. I don't know, 2001.
Yeah, I'm thinking like 2001, and he got. I'm pretty sure. Well, I know he got banned from Meadowbrook.
Oh, I didn't know
I
that.
think he might have been kicked out of the whole state.
Huh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, it was during the whole time where like he was fighting with the Insane Clown Posse and shit. And the whole tour, he had a blow-up doll that was painted up like ICP.
I remember that.
Like,
he did that at Meadowbrook. Yeah, I remember. He brought out the doll, and he was calling them the Insane Clown Pussies, and he pretended the doll was blowing him.
That like got him straight up banned from like doing any. I'm pretty sure he can't play in New Hampshire. Don't quote me, but
wow,
I doubt he'll come. Nobody's gonna pay him $50,000 to come to New Hampshire.
Right.
Drake is like $50,000. Just for him to do like 3 songs, $50,000.
Yeah.
I fucking hate Drake. Hate Drake. I would pay somebody $50,000 to make it so I don't have to see another TV commercial with Drake ever again.
He's very generic.
Bottom line.
He's like a more generic Lil Wayne.
He is. He's like Lil Wayne's little brother. I don't even like Lil Wayne, let alone Lil Wayne's little brother.
Yeah.
The whole auto-tune, like, I don't know, hip-hop's just going to, but that's rap. And that's a lot of things, like a big thing in New Hampshire is like ape shit. He says, rap's dead, but hip-hop's not. And that's really what it is, man. It's like, people are doing that true hip-hop, real hip-hop shit. And then, like, Lil Wayne and all that shit's just rap. It's rap, and it's dead, it's junk. People still love it. I don't know why, though.
Yeah.
I guess because I'm a hip-hop fan and not a rap fan.
Right.
Like, YOLO and fucking Hammond, Do you know about this going ham?
Don't know about what?
Going ham. That's the new thing. I'm fucking wilding out. I'm going crazy. I'm getting fucked up at the club. I'm going ham. H-A-M. Going ham.
I haven't heard that yet.
Google that shit. Going ham. I don't know who the fuck came up with that one.
Wow.
Going ham. Can't fucking believe it. The swag. Swag, are you kidding me? Like, what the fuck?
Going ham. I have not heard that before.
Going ham. Look it up. Well, look that up. And, so where do you guys record verbal ejaculation on Sundays?
QC News in Manchester, New Hampshire.
Oh, you guys are in Manchester. Because here's the deal, right? I have to fly in Sunday night, because there's no way I can fly in mid-core and then fly back.
Right.
So I have to fly in Sunday night. So I'm going to try to call up a hotel, because I think I'm supposed to get a hotel out of the deal, too, because I have nowhere to stay.
Right.
In Manchester. So maybe I could be on verbal ejaculation with you guys.
That would be awesome, dude. That would be great.
I'm going to try for it. Because it'd work out. I'd be in the area around that time. So
yeah.
It all depends on, like, if I have a driver, if they give me a rent-a-car. I don't really know the deal with this shit. I've never been a witness and had this all go down.
Yeah.
It's crazy shit, but, free trip to New Hampshire. If I can be on verbal ejaculation next week, that'd be awesome. But, call me tomorrow on verbal ejaculation. We're going to all talk about going ham.
Yeah. I'm interested in
Homework
that.
for the night, Matt. Look up going ham.
I will.
YouTube that shit.
Definitely.
YouTube going ham.
Going ham. All right.
All right, man. Later, Matt.
All right, Slicko. Take care. Oh, I just dropped the phone. Ah, shit. Live radio, ladies and gentlemen. I just dropped the phone. Oh, there it is. Oh. Okay. So we were just talking to Slicko from the Ghetto Slicko Radio Show. Our lead in here on Saturday night for Matt Connarton Unleashed here on IPMNation.com. We'll talk a little politics, but first we're going to go to, I have a brand new I Am So Sick of This segment. So let me share that with you. Let's see if you can guess the artist. Here it is, this week's I Am So Sick of This.
I am so sick of this. I am so sick of this.
IPMNation.com.
There you go, this week's I Am So Sick of This. Always a good time from Owl City and Carly Rae Jepsen, however you say her name. So this is interesting. This just popped up on Huffington Post. Friendly fire. Mitt slams defense cuts Ryan voted for. Let's take a look at this, and then maybe we'll talk a little bit about the conventions. We just had the Republican convention last week, and then this week was the Democratic convention. But this caught my eye. I want to look at this. Let's see. This is from Huffington Post. The author is Alana Horowitz. It says, Mitt Romney criticized defense spending cuts. Let me scroll down here. Sorry about that. Romney criticized defense spending cuts that were part of last year's debt ceiling deal in an interview that will air Sunday on NBC's Meet the Press. He said, quote, I thought it was a mistake on the part of the White House to propose the defense cuts. I think it was a mistake for Republicans to go along with it, unquote. By the way, Romney has been saying that he would increase defense spending because that's what Republicans say. Among the Republicans who supported the deal was Paul Ryan, the chair of the House Budget Committee and Romney's running mate. Ryan not only voted for the cuts, he bragged about them afterwards. Ryan told Fox News last year, quote, what conservatives like me have been fighting for years are statutory caps on spending, legal caps in law, that says government agencies cannot spend over a set amount of money. And if they breach that amount across the board, sequester comes in to cut the spending, and you can't turn that off without a supermajority vote. We got that in law, unquote. He also called the cuts an important step in the right direction. Ryan has since walked back his support of the sequester. Last month, he even criticized Obama over the cuts, of course. He said, quote, "When those budget negotiations were going on, it was the president and his party leaders who insisted on this makeup. Defense spending is not half of all federal spending, but it's half of the cuts, approximately, in the sequester. We disagreed with that then, and we disagree with that now," unquote. This isn't the first time Romney has inadvertently criticized a policy measure supported by Ryan. His campaign has aired several ads attacking Obama over Medicare cuts that seem similar to the ones proposed in Paul Ryan's budget. As TPM's Benji Sarlin points out, quote, "So Romney now running against Ryan's own Medicare cuts, own debt ceiling deal. Why did he pick him again?" Unquote. It definitely seems like they're not on the same page. Definitely not on the same page, Romney and Ryan. Something else, let's see. Something else very interesting that I saw, and I saw this right before I came on the air tonight. Let's see, let me find this. Yes, here we go. Here's a fun article, also on Huffington Post. Larry Flynt offering $1 million for Mitt Romney's tax returns. The author of this is also Alana Horowitz. I'll read this quickly. Larry Flynt is at it again. The Hustler founder is offering $1 million reward for information on Mitt Romney's taxes, Adweek reports. Flynt, an outspoken critic of Romney, is taking out 2 full-page ads in Sunday's issues of USA Today and the Washington Post to publicize the offer. The ad offers cash in exchange for, quote, unreleased tax returns and or details of his offshore assets, bank accounts, and business partnerships. What is he hiding? Maybe now we'll find out, unquote. Flynt's dislike of Romney isn't surprising, considering the Republican presidential nominee's promise to crack down on pornography if elected. Flynt told the Daily Caller that Romney's plan is, quote, an idle threat made for political reasons, unquote. This isn't the first time Flynt has offered major cash in exchange for dirt on a politician. In fact, he's been pulling these stunts since the 1970s. A similar offer in 2007 brought down Republican Senator David Vitter for his connection to a prostitution ring. Last year, he offered $1 million for information on Rick Perry's sex life. So there you have it. Larry Flynt at it again. And I'm glad. Larry Flynt is good at exposing the hypocrisy of these people. I played some audio at the top of the show from the David Pakman show, who is, I listened to him on a local radio station here in New Hampshire, and he's also now associated with the Young Turks. And, Pakman pointing out there may be something, there's a few different theories about what might be embarrassing in Mitt Romney's tax returns. Clearly, he is hiding something. And I'd like to know what it is. I think we'd all like to know what it is. But, another theory, of course, that has been floated by some people is that he may not have, in fact, paid any taxes at one point. That's what Harry Reid claims. I don't know. We'll probably never know, my friends. But we won't have time. We're running out of time for tonight. So what we're going to do is a couple programming notes for this week coming up. On this week's Express edition of Matt Connarton Unleashed, the Express edition, of course, 30 minutes or less, we're going to discuss the conventions. We're going to look back at both the Republican and Democratic convention, and I'm going to have a fact-checking website open here on my browser. We're going to take a little look at factcheck.org and perhaps also politifact.com. We're going to take a little look and just go through the speeches of Romney and Obama and Clinton and Biden and just take a little look. Oh, and Paul Ryan, of course, whose speech was full of lies. Even Fox News criticized Paul Ryan's speech, saying it was loaded with inaccuracies. So we'll take a closer look at that. Because, I'm sick of these people. Okay, a big pet peeve of mine, and I see this on Facebook constantly. I'm sick of Republicans who go on Facebook and comment on all the lies that the Democrats tell. Oh, all these convention speeches and Obama speech, it was so full of lies. And I'm sick of Democrats going on and saying, oh, the Republican speeches, they were all full of lies. Everybody who is a partisan, everybody who is a member of either party likes to think that their party is full of virtue. These people are just paragons of virtue and they're honest about everything, and the opposing party lies about everything. It's bullshit. Both parties lie. This is one of the problems with the two-party system. Both parties lie. Their convention speeches are... I'm getting so worked up here. I'm unleashed. Their convention speeches are full of lies and bullshit. Both parties play this game, and I'm just sick of... I'm sick of all the lying, but I'm also sick of people who just blindly believe and buy into this bullshit that whatever their party thinks and whatever their party says and their politicians and their leaders and the speeches that their parties give, those are all full of the truth. It's the other party who does all the lying. Bullshit. They both do plenty of lying. I will say this. I do think Republicans are a little more obtuse about this, because if you say to a Republican, well, you know, I listened to Paul Ryan's speech and then I went to a website like Fact Check or PolitiFact or Snopes.com or whatever, they'll say, well, you know, those websites are run by liberals, which is bullshit. These are nonpartisan fact-checking organizations, and they fact-check on both Republicans and Democrats and list plenty of lies by both parties. But if you're talking to a Republican, unless it came from conservative talk radio or Fox News, they'll just respond with, oh, well, that's the liberal media for you. Those are liberal websites. They're liberal hacks. So I do get frustrated with Republicans about that. But both parties do lie constantly. So we'll get into that on this week's Express Edition. Also on the television edition of Matt Connarton Unleashed, live at 8 p.m. on Wednesday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern, from the QC News studio. This week will be the return, because she was very popular. She was a big hit last week on the television, or I'm sorry, this week on the television edition, technically, because it is still Saturday night. My very special guest, was headless, anatomically incorrect Sarah Palin mannequin. Well, she's coming back for a return visit. This coming Wednesday on the show, we'll have her back, even though we cannot hear her speak, because headless, anatomically incorrect Sarah Palin mannequin does not actually have a head. Much like when Clint Eastwood interviewed Obama. Obama was invisible, so we couldn't hear him speak. I think we have figured out a way, my friends, through the use of a scientific experiment with electronics. I think we have figured out a way to actually hear her thoughts, even though she has no head. And thoughts, you know, we'll put that in quotation marks, because it is Sarah Palin, but I think we've figured out a way that we can actually transmit her thoughts, such as they are, via the mannequin. So we'll be doing that this coming week on the television edition of Matt Connarton Unleashed, because, like I said, I did hear from a lot of people who enjoyed headless, anatomically incorrect Sarah Palin mannequin. And I also heard from a few people who are kind of offended by it, to be honest with you. But, whatever, fuck them. Anyway, so that will do it for tonight's live edition of Matt Connarton Unleashed. Thank you to Slicko. Remember to tune in next week, beginning at 10 p.m. Eastern for the Ghetto Slicko radio show. At 10:55 is Slicko's pre-Matt Connarton show. And then, of course, 11 p.m. Eastern every Saturday night, the live radio edition of Matt Connarton Unleashed. So thanks, everybody. I'll talk at you again next week. Take care of yourselves.
IPMNation.com